time I lose my self-control. It feels like I can't let you go. I'm at the point of no return. Don't ever wanna come back down. I'm up so high above the ground. This feeling I will always I'm flying, I'm gonna head for paradise. Nothing to see, I'm climbing. Drifting away, I'm flying, I'm gonna head for paradise. Nothing to see, I'm climbing. I wanna stay right here tonight. Now I've got you in front of me. I'll take the opportunity to keep on doing nothing at all. Don't never ever wanna go back down. Satisfied with the lights so bright. Doesn't wonder what the hell I tried. If I can follow the broken pride. You forget my work as I am back down.
And hello, good evening, good morning, I guess, for most parts of the world. I am Bobby Munson, and I am up late, and so are you, and that's why you're joining me here right now for a little bit of the Bravado. I didn't really have anything in mind or in store or planned for that sake, so I'm actually going to play a little bit of a game. This is kind of a little bit of a classic EW Revenge computerized game based in wrestling, so I'm just going to chill and have fun, do a little bit of that. But yeah, I see we got some people joining us here tonight, including Ed Fries. Ed, how you doing? Good to see you joining me up late as well. In fact, much later than it is here. You're going to be 1 a.m. there, I believe, at this point in time. So yeah, definitely up late with Bobby here tonight. But I'm just going to hit the share screen here for you guys, get that window rocking and rolling. And I am going to be playing on the side of MLW. So this is going way back, as you guys will see the names that are served up in this thing. Kind of wild. So as you can see right here, this is kind of what I'm working with for a roster. Hopefully you guys can see that kind of rolling along your screen. I don't know. This thing seems glitchy as hell too, but whatever. We're going to give it a shot and have Yeah, this thing is probably going to fail me at some point in time tonight, but we'll see how long it goes anyway. But oh, look who we got! It's Carl. Carl joining us with a late night with Bobby as well too, and yeah, Ed. There, what was that? 1 a.m. having you on as I get ready for bed. Yes, I probably should be heading there myself sometime soon. But it's Too Dope Shaggy Too Dope from ICP. Most likely, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that's the case there, Carl. Man, this thing is just flashing like fuck over here. I don't know what's going on. My computer sucks. I need to upgrade this thing one of these days. But quite the list of interesting people. Yeah, like I mean, this would have been based back in like the early 2000s, like yeah, probably around like 2002. 2003, somewhere in there, possibly. So maybe somebody in the chat knows. But definitely one of those. Hey, by the way, Carl, have you heard the new Disturbed album? I'm listening to it right now. I've actually heard it a couple times today. It's probably one of the better pieces that they've put out in a while, if you ask me. Especially as a whole, as this album, like all 10 tracks are actually pretty solid on this one. The song that they do with Ann Wilson is just stellar. Yeah, anyway, I got to remember how we even do this. So we got contract negotiations, shortlist workers. So this is like searching for people. This is definitely not my list of people. Okay, so I got to go back to the main screen. There we go. This is what we're looking for. There we go. So my roster is probably a lot more thinned out than that. Let's see. I got to probably get some sponsors on board. Got to make the moolah. Got to make the money. Who's actually going to sponsor just young, up and starting MLW? really doubt these ones that are paying the big bucks on here, but yeah, who knows? Morality rate. We have no morality, right? Like 820,000 with Hickman proofing sounds pretty deadly to me. Good. Tell me who again, please. I like to oh, sorry, Carl. I'm having one of those moments, but got a screen share again. Look at that. This is weird. Oh, what band? Sorry. Yeah, Disturbed. They just dropped their new album today. The one that's got like Hey You and Bad Man on it, the two lead singles from it. Seems like as soon as I leave this screen alone for a minute, it just goes back. Disturbed, gotcha. Yeah. Probably the best they've done in quite some time. I mean, that's just my opinion, I guess, but I really think this is a more solid album than I've heard from them for a while. Look at that, 909,000 per show. 40% morality, so I can pretty much get away with whatever the fuck I want, but it sounds a bit there. Are they my main sponsor? I don't know. Gotta go for highly immoral. Disturbed did the Sound of Silence cover. That is correct, Ed. Yes, they did. I didn't, to be honest, I love the original of that so much that I didn't love the Disturbed one exactly, but okay, thank you. YouTube Music, it is now mine and downloaded. There you go. Yeah, I'm grooving to it right now as we speak. That's what we got playing in the background here as we do the stream. But oh, hello, 990. Oh, but 5% morality, man. I'm gonna not be able to live up to that kind of. I'll be losing sponsorship in no time at that kind of morality rate. Where's that one? Oh, no. Give me real money here. Come on, damn it. See, that one's nice. 564, but there was a better one. There's it. There we go. Boom. Come on. Take it. They reject the deal. Well, fuck you. Well, these guys. Let's just throw it out there. Main sponsorship? Yeah, let's give it to you. Oh, we got him. Chairholics Anonymous. Funny. Oh, everyone's taxes paid big. I don't think they're gonna fucking take a minor sponsorship, but whatever. Let's toss it out there. Yeah, of course they reject the deal. I would too. Let's try it. Of course. I have to stop aiming so high. It's just not good for me. We got notification came at a perfect time. Was about to throw Japanese Iron Chef on Pluto to fall asleep to. Oh, glad I could be the one that you fall asleep to here tonight, Ed. I'll sing you to sleep. Barish, good evening, good morning. Oh, well, good evening for you. Only 11 o'clock, 11:08 there in Alberta time. How you doing today? Trying to get me some fucking sponsorship here, and these guys just keep rejecting me like I'm just a big mistake. Didn't this guy always offer when you deal? I can't remember. No, of course he rejects it. Yes, sir. It is Extreme Warfare Revenge. I figure, why the fuck not? Sitting here just listening to some good music, playing some games, chilling with friends. It's what I do. It's what I do. Come on, take the deal. Yeah, I like you, die artsy. Probably can get. Was that Dame's diatribes? Let's get them. Reel them in. There we go. Look at all these wonderful businesses. How could MLW fail with businesses like this sponsoring them? Chase Agency. Come on. What is it? Chase Agency. 355. Yeah, let's throw it out there. We need some moolah. Can you search for LPW to see if well, I could try to find you in this game. I mean, you've been around long enough to make the list, haven't you? All right. Talk to the owner. Whoa, what's Court got to say to me? We're currently at a cult level at 55% image. Currently, we are a financially solid company. Overall, I would say you are doing an average job. Story of my life. Average job, Rob. Lost the screen again. Damn this computer. Thank you for letting me know. Hold on. I think it's every time I go back because then it goes to a different screen. That's messed right up. This is weird. I don't think I'm in the game and also can't see the game. Yeah, I know. I'm having technical difficulties over here. It's weird because it's like as soon as I go back, it creates a second window, and then it's like, there you go. Now we're back to here. So we got. What do I got to do? Fuck, I don't even remember this game that well. Titles. Oh, we got to change the name, man. They haven't used that name for a long time. So they used to be called the Global Crown Tag Team Champions. We're going to fix that problem right now. Yeah, there we go. Then we're just going to add in the other belts, the middleweight. They all say MLW for them. Yeah, they do. Let's do it. Oh, middleweight championship. Add a belt. MLW National Openweight Championship of the World. Oh, I forgot to even make sure I was tagging those correctly. I forgot that shit. Whatever. That and the featherweight championship. The featherweight championship of the world. Last screen. Oh, fuck this game. There we go. It's back for a temporary bit of time. Staff. Who we got here? We got some good peeps. Cool. What's my roster look like? Man, LA Park, even all the way back then. Like, I'm as La Parka, though. It's LA Park. Get it right. Those are my faces. These are the heels. No. Got some good shit going. There's a fuck ton of heels over here. What the fuck? Oh, you guys aren't even seeing that because they created a new fucking screen again. Jeez, look at that. Warning, flashing lights on this here thing. Hold on. Oh, we have a comment. Let's go to the chat. Can you see if CM Punk can do press conference in this game? Before we come to an end here, we are going to be having a what do they call it? Media scrum, and CM Punk's going to be my special guest on the show. What will be more watched, the Full Gear press conference or the pay-per-view? I hope the pay-per-view. I really don't care for media scrums that much. Just doesn't do it for me. And I don't know. What is even on that pay-per-view outside the world title match? I haven't paid any attention. I don't care. Whatever. MJF's in the world title match. It doesn't matter. That's what the truth is. Tag teams. Who do I got? So I got Joel and Jose Maximos and the Samoan Island tribe. Probably can't see it, but the Elite versus the Death Triangle. All right. I hope this deal will be beneficial. Yeah. No, I don't want to delete them. What's the next one? Look at that. Court wishing me luck. What a class act. Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm. Yes. And yes, let's see Paige cry more for returning because we need to see. Yeah. Because it's her house, All right. Let's hit next day. See what goes down. You guys probably can't even see it. Fuck, this thing is weird. Iron of Side that sponsor. I don't care. Oh man, this thing's set to just like every piece of fucking mail possible. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't really care. Clear it all. Clear it all. Get rid of it all. Yeah, it's really, really glitchy. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try this again. See if I can fix this first. Bear with me, guys. We got 9 people up in here tonight. That's wild. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Here we go. Flashy screens right back at you. This is so terrible. Oh, man. A game more glitched than WWE 2K20. I didn't even know that was possible. Feels like I'm a Trent acid right now. Yeah. Heel Kevin, my man, how's it going, brother? Thanks for chopping in. I am glitching out like a motherfucker on this game right now. It's kind of pissing me off. I don't know what's going on. I need a fucking upgrade to this thing. This is insane. Dude, Heel Kevin, you got to join Parrish and I on a Sunday for busting out one of these days. I know you got lots of shit going on. Your stream is awesome, but man, you definitely got to come join us. Come rock and roll on a Sunday. You've got mail. It's the glitchy and scratchy show. Damn straight it is. I don't even think it's showing what the fuck I'm working on here, you guys. Like, this is fucked. Probably can't even see the mail I'm reading right now. It's like, nah, Bobby's just doing nothing. He's just sitting here fucking teasing us. Yeah, there we go. Be happy to. Parrish, go make that shit happen. Yeah, so people just getting, look at that. NWA just slashing people all over the place. Looks like they couldn't keep on to people back then any more than what Billy Corgan can now. Oh, yeah, I just said that because it's late night. They fight and fight and only show half the game. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do. I mean, I've got nothing. I got nothing. This is stupid. Whatever. Fuck this game then. There are other online games that are free to play. What can we play? I'm sure there's got to be something that won't be this bad. I know you're just teasing. It's all good, man. It's annoying me, man. That flashing's getting on my damn nerves, to be honest. I just try to think what else there is out there to play. Although I think, hey, hold on here. This because we actually got people up in here. Hold on. Just hang tight. I got an idea. I was learning about something recently. Just trying to find this out. I think there's like a marbles game. Just try to figure out how we get this set up. Check mini clip games. The heck is mini clip games? Well, maybe we shall check that out. Mini clip games. These are interesting. They got pool on here, mini football. They got 1,001 soccer games. Not that I'm complaining. Cricket League. How exhilarating would that be? Bubble shooter. I don't know. There's like a way you could play this game with everybody in the chat or something like that. Whatever. Who cares? We'll think of something in a bit. It's all good. What's everybody up to this weekend, though? Let me know. What do you guys got going on? Aside from clearly what we got going on Sunday there, we got Busting Out going on. What's down for Saturday? Yeah, that's a good weekend, though. Really. See, then you can just come on here, go do like an all-day stream on Twitch tomorrow or something like that. Just spend all day on here, just whatever, just anything. Why not? You know what? To make this a little more interesting, because I don't got anything to play right now, we are going to listen to some tunage. All right. Share some music up with you guys right now, because why not? Anyone reacting to the pay-per-view on Saturday? I think I'm gonna have to take a hard pass myself on that one. I I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a night off tomorrow night there, so I think that's just the way it's gonna be for me anyway. But I think I really encourage people to do it. I really think that somebody should be doing reaction show to the pay-per-view tomorrow. Papa Parrish, I know you're probably going to be doing it. Come on, you know you will. Come on, Papa Parrish, joining up with Carl Carafel, reviewing AEW because you guys just the big WWE people only, right? Just kidding. Anybody who might not be familiar, by the way, this is on Lap. These guys kick serious ass and allow their stuff to be used in streams and stuff like that, royalty free. This is one of the coolest artists out there right now. We use them for a lot of the shows here on our local establishment. So yeah, it's just got some kick-ass music, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully that the audio is coming through on it for you guys. If not, let me know. I can always turn it up. Does anyone believe that there's any way that MJF doesn't walk out champion on Saturday night, by the way? Like, I still think that would be even if they think that there's a way to walk away with doing it, like, I just no. Like, me personally, I think it's just a bad idea not to pull the trigger. Oh, look at this. Boom. Parrish. He's on screen. How's it going, man?
You seem to be struggling a little bit, so I thought I'd come check and help you out.
Yeah, what? There we go. We're going to remove the share screen. There. Now it's just a random busting out in the middle of the day. Why not? Even though it's got my name up at the top, we can always change the look. Okay, halfway through the show, just turn it to a busting out. Nah, we'll just leave it. Fuck the controls. So, what's new? What's happening? What's up with you?
Not much. Not much at all. No.
So
it's taking it easy tonight.
Yeah. Well, we after work today, so we sit down. We're like, okay, we're gonna check out what's on TV, what's on the movie channels, stuff like that. See what's on. So Prime has this new comedy that comes out, and it's called. I believe the title of it is "The People You Hate at the Wedding." And so right away, I'm like, yeah, okay. There's always people you hate at the wedding, and it ended up being this
money as a gift.
So, hold on. No wrestling shows for you this weekend, Paris show? Okay, we get a question there. No, nothing.
Not even joking about the booking thing. I have no idea what I'm even doing next week.
But so you haven't been told, even if you're on the card? Oh, no. No. That's bad.
Apparently, yes and no questions are very difficult to answer.
No, they're not.
Right.
But yeah, so this movie we watched, the people you hate at the wedding, this thing is called, and I didn't know what to think going into this, but I had some good ass laughs during this movie. There was some genuine laugh out loud moments. I really liked it. I thought it was a bundle of fun. Good date night movie. Anyone looking for a date night movie? Right there. That's a beautiful date night movie that you can share with the business.
What was actually like a great movie that I stumbled on? Like, I had no idea if it was going to be funny, but I was like, yeah, Batista's in it. Got to check it out. But that's Stuber movie.
Which one?
I think it's Stuber, where he's like an Uber driver. But
oh, I've never even heard of that one yet.
Need to find a day before watching about date night. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you could always just have your own personal date night. Yeah. No one will ever love you like yourself.
Oh,
and that's a good thing.
Touch that one.
Oh, come on. Well, geez, I mean, if you didn't live so damn far away, I'm sure like you could easily come up to Canada and have a lot of wingmen behind you.
Oh.
No. None of that.
It's a rough loving night. So
what's it? Okay, so this Stuber movie. Where the hell did you even find this thing?
It was on Netflix, I think. But yeah, it was like Batista. And I'm trying to remember. I guess I can check my phone. I'm gonna butcher the guy's name, but hold on. Yeah, Stuber. All right. So the other guy is Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh yeah.
Is his name?
Yep.
Yeah. So like, I'm just gonna read. Cat, what are you doing?
That's your cat that's being the pest, eh?
Not like pesting. I just don't get what, like, it'll just like see me, and then it's like, oh, I'm just gonna like crawl by your feet, and then I'm just gonna like lay on the ground and then just spin in a circle. Like, it makes no sense.
What else are cats for, though? Come on.
So the movie's about a detective recruits his Uber driver into an unexpected night of adventure. A mild-mannered Uber driver named Stu picks up a grizzled detective who is hot on the trail of a sadistic, bloodthirsty terrorist and finds himself thrust into a harrowing ordeal where he has to keep his wits, himself unharmed, and work with his passenger while maintaining his high-class rating. What up, Andre?
Yeah, Andre, how you doing, my man? Thanks for joining us. This is the this
also,
is just
Free
another
Guy
one of
was
those
pretty
random
funny.
nights. Which one?
Free Guy with potentially soon to be part owner of the Ottawa Senators, Ryan Reynolds.
Is he really? Because he already owns a soccer team as well too, and then made a documentary about it.
I guess he's trying to find like partners to make a bid for the Ottawa Senators team. I forgot which talk show it was, but he said he referred to his partners as he needs a sugar daddy to help him buy a hockey team.
Good, just getting ready to watch a Stardom pay-per-view live at midnight. Damn, that's starting pretty late. Wow. You weren't doing a watch along or anything. We're not interfering with the stream or anything like that. 1, 2, Stu's coming for you.
Yeah. That's why the name is Stuber, right? Because of his name, Stu.
Yeah. So who's what's some of the big matches from the Stardom matchup here as well too? It's 3 p.m. over there. No, it's good, man. Live stream is tomorrow night at 1 a.m. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure. Didn't want to interfere because this is just a random stream. So I didn't want to take a spot away or anything like that. But yeah, who's on the card tonight? What's good on that one, Andre?
What's actually funny is though that when I saw you playing that game, I actually downloaded it like a few months back.
Yeah.
But then it just took up way too much space on my computer, so I had to delete it.
Yeah, see, I don't know what it is. It's probably just my computer. It's getting old, and I got so much shit running on it all at the same time. So I figured that's why it's glitching out like that. Plus, it seems like every time, because it's such an old DOS type based game, that every time it switches a screen, the share screen option here in StreamYard doesn't seem to pick it up or something like that. Anyway, that's how I'm seeing it anyway. But yeah, as Andre saying, we got Saya Kamatami, I hope I said that correctly, versus Kyrie for the Stardom White Belt. Interesting one there for sure. And the Money All tournament where the final is a 3v3 TLC match. Man, it sounds action packed there over on Stardom. But yeah, definitely. Wow, late nights for sure. Moneyball tournament. Okay, Moneyball tournament. Okay, nice. That sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Hope you enjoy that for sure.
Moneyball is a great movie too.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. I like that one quite a lot. Quite a lot, in fact.
Also, I was looking up like the full gear. There are 13 matches. 3 of them are pre-show matches.
Whoa. Like 10 matches.
Like, I don't ever want to hear AEW fans saying WWE pay-per-views are too long ever again. Like, shut the fuck up.
That is insanity. How long is that pay-per-view going to go on Saturday? Like, that's going to end up being 5-6 hours, is it not?
Oh, most likely.
Because, I mean, they are notorious for having extremely long matches in some of the matches as well, too. Like, none of those are going to be, like, quick one-and-dones or anything. 6 hours. Oh. Like, I'm sorry. Call me old, but...
Maybe that's why CM Punk gets so cranky at press conferences. It's like way past his bedtime.
Someone just needs to throw his ass a Snickers already instead of those muffins.
No, this is where you need to take a shot of Jack and calm the fuck down.
Pre-show starts at 5 and it'll probably go till 10 or 10:30 with the entire card. Yeah, I mean, like, there's only so many Saturdays I can sacrifice, and I'm pretty sure I will probably just go back later, like the next day or something like that, and watch it. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be watching it in any live aspect tomorrow night. But I definitely want to check it out because I want to watch MJF win the championship. And if he doesn't, then I'm done.
It'll be nice just to see Saraya come back, just for that. Like, have that one match back, but I'm done with watching her bawl her eyes out every time she thinks about it, because it's like, you're supposed to be this tough chick. Like, come on.
Yeah, and Andres, man, you're putting in some work there, my man. Holy shit. Are we watching that go to Mel's place to watch the New Japan Pro Wrestling Startup show at 1 a.m.? Damn it, man. That's commitment right there. Jesus. I get cranky after watching a couple hours of wrestling a week. But then again, I also sit through editing lots of wrestling and stuff like that. So sometimes it's just difficult. And I want to get my mind off of it. I'm not to say I don't love it, but man, there's some days I'll sit there and I'll be editing away and I'm just like, this really takes the fun out of pro wrestling sometimes.
Man, there's just a point where I can't even, like, I remember the Tokyo Dome show where Jericho faced Omega.
Yeah.
So I remember staying up, and I was with my old tag partners, Maniac and Sean Martins. We were at Maniac's place watching this. We were barely staying alive for this Jericho Omega match, just because of how long the show was, and like we had stayed up all night. Like, we were drinking too, so and I think they went up at 4 or 5 a.m. And this is where I'm just like, okay, as cool as this is, let's just record it and take a nap and then watch it later in the day. But the only other time I remember being up at a stupid hour to watch something, and this is the one time I'm going to say I did not give a shit about Canada being in the gold medal game at the Olympics. It was we were just at a show in Lethbridge. It was 5 a.m. And I forget where the Olympics was, but I remember getting the Iggy to wake up just to watch the game. And this is where it's the one where kind of had the fucking amazing defense and just owned every single time. But I'm just I got to drive back and I just want to nap so bad right now. And it was a 1-0, 2-1 game. It's just a really boring hockey game.
That's like a soccer score right there, goddammit.
I know. And don't get me started on how I find watching soccer to be.
You're gonna love it. You got all sorts of weeks of World Cup action coming right at you right away. So
Watching soccer to me is almost as bad as watching Orange Cassidy in an Iron Man match. The best part,
That's funny.
is
That's funny, but fuck you.
The best part is the kicks are probably of equal like force. And there's probably better selling in the Orange Cassidy match.
This is cruelty all over the place. God, what is this? Team up on me. Come on. I didn't dedicate my life to that sport for nothing.
To be fair, one of the main reasons I dislike soccer is just how badly they sell when it comes to faking injuries. If they at least put some damn passion into it and like try at least sell like Shawn Michaels did against Hogan. Put in that effort and I'll give you a pass.
Fair enough. And there is a lot of them that are really bad for that. And what can you do? I mean, you can't fix stupid when it comes to half the players out there. But I don't know. I just really love the sport, but I've been in it. I've been part of it for such a long time.
They would duck to and fake an injury. But I mean, like that to me, that's the only thing. Plus, I mean, I don't know. I prefer watching indoor than outdoor soccer.
That's fair. But see, the thing is like
action is like more. What's up, Cat?
So my family came over from England or whatever, so it was pretty much a staple. We watched it, we played it. Like I was on a soccer field by like the age of 4 or 5, something along those lines. And then
I played soccer as a kid too, just for the free oranges.
Nice. But yeah, we played as kids, and then I became a player coach by the time I was a teenager. I've won several championships while playing, gone on to coach in adult leagues. I've got my referee papers, all this kind of shit and stuff too. So I've actually done a lot of coaching and training and everything, and won championships while coaching. I really enjoy it. I find it's fun, but I do get it. I that's why I can laugh about it. I really do find it amusing when people find it boring, because had I not grown up on it, I think I would see the reasoning. It's the same reason that I can't watch golf. Like Ed says, he can watch golf over soccer, and I can't really sit and watch a baseball game. It's not that I don't hate baseball, but I can't watch a baseball game.
Baseball's terrible. Yeah. The worst is because going to the games are always so much better than watching it on TV, right?
Yeah.
But the game is boring when you're there and you're just like falling asleep because it's bad. And I've been to some baseball games where it's like, ooh, come on.
Oh, can you imagine sober at a baseball game? That would be the worst. Are the refs in soccer as blind as wrestling refs? Yeah, sometimes, but that's why they had to go and get the video replay technology now. So a lot of the leagues are using video playback, so you can actually challenge a call by a referee and stuff. So sometimes that's a good thing.
I was at the Oiler game the other day, and there's actually a "ref you suck" chant, like a loud thundering "ref you suck," and it was awesome because it's like that was easily the loudest that crowd was all night. But it's like
can't.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of hard to blame it on the refs when we're getting outshot like 15-6 in like the first 8 minutes of the game.
You guys have had a decent season, haven't you, so far?
How's the season been? There's some good. There's a lot of bad. A lot of inconsistencies. Like the Oilers can shit the bed worse than an 80-year-old with like bowel issues. Like it can be terrible. Like when they're bad, they're bad. That's why it's like so frustrating to be a Saints and Oilers fan, because both teams, like Usually one is good and the other sucks. And like the Oilers should be good and the Saints are just like a dumpster fire. Actually, they're worse than a dumpster fire.
So are you
Like
telling me
our
that
fan base,
we had? Oh, sorry. I was going to say you're telling me
our
that
fan base
we
can't even decide on who we want in quarterback.
and you're telling me that we couldn't figure out that an 80-year-old just presumably had bowel issues by that age.
Hey, you never know.
I guess
like
that
the new
helps.
60.
Is it really?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
live forever. I'm gonna live forever.
That's what
then.
people always say to make themselves feel younger. It's like, oh, you're 36? It's like the new 16. I'm like, nope. Pretty sure it's not.
Yeah.
I know
Tell
for a fact I didn't wake up with morning wood when I was 16. Pretty sure.
I also didn't have to get up 4 or 5 times to pee during the night when I was 16 either. And I did every single time. And
Similarities, though, but we won't get into those.
And of course, you do that. It's like the 2 a.m. wake up, and you kind of like stretch, and all of a sudden, holy shit, my knees crack, my elbows crack, my back's stiff. And then you go to try to take that pee, and you're kind of leaning to the side because things just ain't working right at that time in the morning.
Yeah, you know you're old when your private part is the least stiff of your body in course of a year.
Fuck. Who is more of a mark for himself, or with himself? Who is more of a mark for himself with his booking, Tony Khan or Billy Corgan? Damn. I fucking hate.
You know what's really rough about that? Like, so when I was at the CAC, there was a social media seminar with Billy Corgan, and like the chick who's like introducing him was trying, like, she puts up her laptop and plays a Smashing Pumpkin song as to introduce him. Billy Corgan comes in, slams the computer shut, and flat out says, "Nobody's here for my fucking music."
Wow.
And then right away, I'm like, I think people here like his music. Like, it's not bad. But like he was then like it was at a Resistance Pro back then. That's what he was trying to get off the ground. But like he didn't seem that bad of a guy. And then all of a sudden he gets the NWA. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if he drinks the same Kool-Aid that CM Punk does before press conferences, or what Vince McMahon drinks every day of the week now. I have no idea. But I cannot believe that he just went so quickly.
We got Carl. I've honestly lost some respect for WPC.
What does WPC mean?
Yeah, Carl. What does WPC mean? But back to Ed's question anyway. I don't know. They're both really bad for it. Like that's, yeah. Oh, of course it's Tony Khan. I mean, Corgan's a little bit more reserved with it, but not totally, completely outside of being right up there with him. I mean, they are two at the top, definitely. 100%. But Tony Khan, I mean, he takes it to a new level, to the point where it's kind of funny. That's the thing. It's like watching William Patrick Corgan. Okay, nice touch, actually. Yeah. Because that's what he wants to go by now too. With his solo work, he's actually all under William Patrick Corgan. And then he goes and puts out more Smashing Pumpkins albums. But definitely, yeah. I mean, Tony Khan.
I mean, he has to be living the rock star life more than ever now, because he sounds like he's on some serious drugs.
Well, I mean, you can make that argument both ways, in fact.
It's like he read Motley Crue up there and just says, "Yep, I'm doing this again." These guys became #1 best-selling authors. It'll work for me too.
But shit. At the same time, Tony Khan, I mean, he's almost like watching, like, it's kind of like somebody portraying Rick Moranis, on a wrestling program. It's It's like watching
It's more like
Ghost
Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys, in my opinion. I don't even watch Trailer Park Boys, but he just has those like ridiculous glasses that he looks like a minion. And
I'd rather see the Austin Idol be the world's champion than fucking Tyrus. Yeah, I'm sure nobody would disagree with you. I think we'd rather see Vacant as the NWA champion right now than fucking Tyrus.
I'd rather see Tessa Blanchard as world's heavyweight champion. And she has to go up against Scotty Duhati.
It's a late night, and Parrish is going to throw that one out there. Why not?
Why not?
Why
Fuck
not?
it.
He couldn't resist the money. We finally paid him enough. Got that match booked.
Yeah. And just because it's Tony Khan and he likes to hire former WWF athletes, Brian Christopher will be the special guest enforcer.
As long as the worm gets done halfway through, I'm satisfied.
Yeah. There will be worms. They'll be eating something, I'm sure.
Oh shit! But yeah, we had a good conversation. Rest in peace, Brian Christopher. Yeah. But yeah, we had a good conversation on Turnbuckle Talk on Tuesday, all about Tyrus and Mr. Corgan over there in the NWA. So anybody who wants to get a more serious, in-depth conversation going about that topic, definitely check out the latest Turnbuckle Talk.
I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom and deliver a Tyrus right now.
I'll be here laughing at that one. Oh shit, that was funny. That was fantastic. He'll be back very, very soon, and I'm sure the entertainment will continue as well. But yeah, Tyrus is he's the worst. Like, he is just on a different level of bad, in my opinion. Like, he's never been a good wrestler, and he doesn't have the charisma to back up the rest of it. I mean, sometimes a person can have all the charisma in the world and be the drizzling shits as a wrestler, and they kind of make up for it there. But that's not the case with Tyrus. He's bad on both levels. He's offensive twice over, and it's just unbelievable. Like, Tyrus makes Arquette's reign look like a good idea, and yeah, that was a terrible idea, one of the worst. I don't know if you've ever watched that documentary that they did, You Cannot Kill David Arquette. Interesting documentary. A few of the things that I'm not fond of, like I'm obviously not a deathmatch guy, so when I was watching the bit that he had going there with what's the loser's name that does all the death matches there, I can't even remember his name right now. Bald-headed guy that doesn't even look like a wrestler, and that's all he can do is death matches. Pizza cutting bastard. Anyway, whatever. That little part there. Yeah, Nick Gage. There we go. Hate that guy. There. You know what? Somebody that I hate more than Tyrus right there. Nick Gage. Nick Gage.
Oh, God, I was like, geez. Not me, I hope.
No, not you. No.
I was like, well, that was bad timing.
I mean, Tyrus might be awful on every level, but Nick Gage just frustrates the shit out of me. That guy is not good at anything he does. He just annoys the hell out of me, and he does death matches, and I'm not a death match guy. If you're a death match person, cool, whatever, but I just don't like them. I think they're needless, pointless, to the extreme for all the wrong reasons. I mean, I can deal with a hardcore match to a degree, certain things, right? Certain aspects, fine. But when you start bringing light tubes and pizza cutters and shit like that into it, like, just buzz off. It's not for me. Whatever. I'm over it.
Did you hear that? I guess GCW got like a wicked offer to partner up with WWE, and they turned it down.
Really? They figure they're financially stable enough to. Okay.
Well, supposedly WWE was going to bring them on the Peacock.
Onto the cock, eh?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been something?
I mean, yeah. I was reading stuff up, and it sounds like both Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona could very well be WWE bound coming up.
Interesting. Hopefully that's Matt
very
Cardona as Matt Cardona and not Zack Ryder, because the only time
Well,
I've enjoyed him
he went on
recently.
he went on record saying he has no plans to ever be Zack Ryder again.
Good. Good.
And I can't see Triple H caring too much about what he's called. It's like, you want to be called Matt Cardona? Sure. You want to go back to Zack Ryder? Sure. Whatever you want.
Yeah. Hardcore cock. That would have been a perfect
hardcore cock.
That would have been fantastic. GCW, some hardcore cock.
Meets ECW Heatwave. Don't think of the possibilities. We might get anarchy rules. Or great balls of fire.
It's a good thing that I put up that
or
that
wild.
Now that we're an hour into this thing, I should finally put a ticker up that this show may contain language that's inappropriate for some audience. Parental discretion is advised. Oh, we got dueling cats going on over here.
We said Tyrus. We shouldn't be allowed to say the word Tyrus.
Yeah, that's more offensive than any cuss word out there. But in fact, we should make that a new thing. Like Tyrus is the new cuss word.
Well, I mean, I already alluded it to taking a dump, so
yeah, perfect. I think that needs to be a new thing. Let's make it happen. It's the new trend.
Yeah. What is it? It's like, have you ever seen the movie Just Go With It? It's like taking a dump.
Oh yeah. That's a while back.
Holy Devlin! That movie is actually not that bad.
That's
a solid date night movie too.
You go get yourself a good night's rest. Get in that good sleep. You know, the beauty sleep. It's got to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you.
I don't sleep at all.
I got to go to that goddamn gym in the morning. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm going to. And yeah,
my gym's like just over there, so it's fine.
I mean,
it's like 3 o'clock his time too.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like that's insane.
No. Well, it's 1 my time, so Ed is actually 2 a.m. right now. Yeah. And so is Carl for that matter. So Carl's 2 a.m. now too. It's still rocking and rolling with us.
Only 12.
Yeah.
This is how you know I should go to bed, but I won't.
Yeah, of course. But no, we're gonna go rock up the gym first thing in the morning. Head on over there. Hey Bobby, how much catnip did your cat eat tonight? Not as much as I smoked tonight, that's for sure. The kitties didn't get any catnip tonight. Actually, they just got their regular food today because usually Saturday that's when they get a lot of extra treats and stuff like that. And, it's really cool. So right from an early age, we kind of taught them a few things. So when Shauna, my wife, pulls out treats, she'll get them. She'll actually tell them to stand up, and they'll stand up on their back legs and beg for the treat and stuff like that. And they used to, when they were a lot younger, they would actually catch the treat in their paws and eat it while it was stuck in their paws. It was actually really cool. But yeah. Now they're not as eager to do those things anymore now that they're over 10 years old. But Parrish, this is like the first time I've seen your cat on stream. What's your cat's name?
Yeah, I usually kick her out. Yeah, I just close the basement door and leave her upstairs.
Yeah. What's her name?
She's also probably tired, so she doesn't have a Butterbean. As you can tell, I named her. Not the wife. What the fuck are you doing, man? This is why you're upstairs. Why we can't have nice things?
Everything gets wrecked. Fucking cats.
Like, I'm gonna wreck it.
They do. It's like they just see something. We were worried because like we put up the Christmas tree this year. We're like, these two are just gonna cause all sorts of mischief and start knocking shit down. And I think they're finally at that old age. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you being fucking old. They're at that age now where they don't care. So they see it there and they're like, that seems like a lot of effort that isn't worth the punishment that will follow. So yeah. Because then they know they ain't getting any damn treats on a Saturday if they go knock the balls off the Christmas tree.
I mean, that's what cats do. I remember when I was a kid, like that's always what happened. All of a sudden, there's just a section that never has ornaments, but there's a layer on the ground that always has ornaments.
Yeah, we had one cat too when we were kids. This little bastard would go up to the presents under the tree and start nibbling at the sides of the presents, so he'd rip them half open. So of course there'd just be that slight little bit of a hole. So you go take a pan and just lift it a little bit, like, oh shit, yeah, that's what I asked for Christmas. I was such a rebel child. Actually, no, I was a good child for the most part, believe it or
Does
not.
Christmas nowadays have the same like effect that it used to on with you?
No, but we try to make it fun anyway. Like it's definitely not the same as when I was a kid, but you know, it's different in a good and positive way as well too. Carl, Turnbuckles talk and the Ole emoticons, love it. But yeah, I mean,
We really should get the Busting L logo in there.
we should. You should get that to me, and I can make that happen. I think. Well, actually, shit, I probably have it even. But yeah, no, I mean, of course, it's going to change, right? As you get older, anything changes. In that sense, but we try to make it a lot of fun at the same time too. Like we get into the spirit watching the movies and we'll put on the Christmas music and stuff like that. We usually do like a nice dinner and everything too. Like we take the time to spend time in the kitchen together and we put a bird in the oven. We cook up some roast potatoes, things like that. Just kind of make it traditional Christmas and everything. And then we go visit family afterwards and stuff. But I mean, it's of course you're older. We start later in the day. Like when I was a kid, I hardly slept Christmas night. No, I was up pretty much most of the night, sleep for a few hours. First chance I got to wake up, my ass was up there waking everybody up. It's time to open presents. But now, whatever. It's, you know, I stay up late. I get up at a normal time, do my thing in the morning, and then, you know, eventually we get the Christmas day started. Like, how about for you?
Oh yeah. No, I was like, so like when I was a kid, like my parents would always be like, oh, okay, whatever you do, just stay in your room. Like you can't leave your room. So like I was always like afraid that I was gonna get in trouble anytime I'd have to go like to the bathroom, which was I was like, oh no, I gotta pee. Now I'm gonna get yelled at because I'm not staying in my room, but I'm gonna like whip with my bed and then I'll get in even more trouble. And I'm like, fuck. So then
where's
where's
that
Pepsi
Pepsi bottle?
Just bring an empty cup in the room. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, you're going. You might overflow the cup. Can't do that. But
It's like
or
that
you're like,
scene.
I should probably put that in the cup. But no, like I always had my wrestling like action figures in my room. So like when it came, if I just couldn't sleep, I would just play with those.
Yeah.
So I just have like Owen Hart going up against Bret Hart, or like Shawn Michaels going up against like Razor Ramon or something like that. Like, so I'd just be doing that. So like, yeah, that's why like when I was like 18, it was like no doubt I'm like going into wrestling. And I'm like cool. Don't need the parents' signature to go because like that's all I did all the time. And I knew like 90% of the gifts I was getting for Christmas then was wrestling related in some way.
Yeah.
Like my parents actually couldn't get me like a ring. Like they couldn't find a ring for the figures. So they legit made one. And it was like no word of a lie, like yay long. But it was like the tile you would make from the counter as the mat. And it was like just brutal. Couldn't even take that anywhere because it was like I don't know, like waitresses don't even have trays that big, and like
It takes two
you're
people
like
to lift
10.
it.
You're like 10, and then all of a sudden you're just like it's I don't know. It'd be like if a little person's lifting the Stanley Cup. It was awkward.
See, and we did have the ring, the official one, and the thing was that thing was
I
pretty
ended up
loud.
getting rings later. But
Yeah. See, and I think we had both the WWF and the WCW versions. And the thing was, is those things were loud as hell. So you're using those action figures, bang, bang, bang. So if you wanted to, like you're saying, Christmas when you're unable to sleep and all that kind of stuff, you had to dampen the sound a little bit. So what we'd do, we'd go into the kitchen and we would grab a dishcloth and we would fold the dishcloth into the ring, and so that way when the guys were being dropped on there, it had no sound at all. It completely dampened the sound, so we would just hours of playing away at it.
See, I would just lay in my bed, and then I would just like use my bed as a canvas, and I wouldn't even use a ring at that point. So I would just like, wing it. I even called it in the ring when I was playing with my figures. All right, come on, I was born for this.
You were learning early. See, I used to actually set up like cards and everything too. Like I would sit down and I would actually write out like, okay, this guy is going to be taking on this guy, and this is the name of my show, and I had it all.
Oh yeah, no, I made shows too.
And of course, like I had no.
When that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like because we didn't have the internet like everyone does now. I went and in order to get entrance music for some of the wrestlers, I took what was it, the Royal Rumble, or which game was it first on Super NES there that they had? Yeah. And they actually had the music playing when you would go over top of the wrestler to pick them. But yeah, I did that, and I just took like the little cassette player that I had with the one speaker, hit fucking record right up to the TV, played it through there, and then every time just rewind, fast forward to whatever one it was I needed for these guys doing entrances.
That's why I loved it when they came out with the CDs with all the themes, because I would just have my this stereo there and I would just play it. But I also when Home Alone 2 came out and the Talk Boy was a thing.
Oh yeah,
I would just use that to record the theme from the TV sometimes too.
And
then you get the crowd noises and.
The night we set up the Christmas tree, we rewatched Home Alone 1 and 2, so that's kind of funny that you brought that up. But yeah, that Talk Boy was fantastic. How
weird was to see a future POTUS in Home Alone 2 and Donald Trump?
Oh, I laughed so hard because I remember it because we watch it every single year, but it's always weird to go back and realize that.
It's just so. Some of the cameos in those movies are pretty sweet.
There's some TV channels won't play that scene when they play it on TV during the holidays.
Oh, I know. It's so petty. It's so petty though. There's even do you remember how TBS would always play Dumb and Dumber? Almost every other day, Dumb and Dumber was on TV. But then they would leave out certain scenes, like the one scene where Buddy's taking the dump, and because he had all that crap in his system, literally. But they took away that part, and to me that was the funniest part of that whole movie for me. It's just that crap scene.
There's so much funny about that movie, though.
Oh God, it's just.
That movie, I can't get enough. That movie is so funny even today.
You sold Petey to a blind kid? I took care of it. Just tapes it back and pretty bird. Polly want a cracker.
Oh shit!
We got worms. That's what we're gonna call it.
Still to this day, I can watch that and laugh throughout that entire film. Just absolutely hilarious. I'm a little busy tonight. Think about we should get together about 7:45. I got a few things to do first. Maybe 7:45.
His boot's on fire and the chick can't remember the number. He's like, for God's sake, just get me the damn number. Okay, if you're going to be pushing, forget about it.
Oh, God. Now I need to watch
Boots on
that movie.
fire. Because,
Grab the water here. Oh, shit.
they're driving a 1992 sheepdog.
You know, it was because of that movie I learned about a few bands I hadn't heard before. I had never heard Green Jelly until I watched Dumb and Dumber. And how can you not love Green Jelly after you hear them? I mean, they're so ridiculously fun. I'm sure Carl's still checking in. Come on, Carl. You like Green Jelly. I know you do.
Oh, there's so many ways we could go from that. But that like, the music off that movie is so like anytime you hear it, you just know the part of that. What do you like?
I mean, Green Jelly had the one because right. Bird.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
We've officially either scared away or put
How's
to
your
sleep
burger?
the rest of the audience. Yeah. What do you eat up and we'll tell you.
Harry, you're alive and a terrible shot.
Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs. Listen after this show. Yeah, you goddamn right. That song is the best. They called in Rambo just as fast as they could.
It's like, she a little late? Is she running a little late? Just only a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, women, everything always has to be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on.
Wait. You mean she's like 11 o'clock at night? Well, why would they want to come at 11 o'clock?
I just thought she was a raging
alcoholic. He's about to leave and he sees like the U.S. lands on the moon. He thinks it's the bartender.
He landed on the moon.
No way. 275 that. Might want to keep that one. That's a big IOU. They're just as good as money.
You know, the sequel didn't quite live up to just how good that
Never saw it.
But no.
Well, that's the prequel and the sequel. I just couldn't. And it's like that movie to me is so perfect as it is that I just couldn't even bother to watch anything else and just let that like take away.
If there is a few
for what it is.
If there is a few, maybe, I don't know. Like in both of those, the prequel and the sequel, if there's a couple of spots that are pretty funny, the rest of it's rehashed stuff or just not as good. So it doesn't land like the other one. It's definitely not memorable by any means. I think the sequel,
I look at Dumb and Dumber is like that perfect match called on the fly, so organic, so natural. Everything else is what happens when you want to call your spots backstage. Yeah.
And then even in the second, like the actual sequel to like the opening scene itself was probably the funniest part of the entire movie. And then it just kept going down from that.
Well, take the narrative of like the first movie. It's two idiots who get into trouble, end up losing their jobs, and they decide to return a suitcase to the open. And it's like so, and like shit, and then like crap happens. Like literally, just shit like happens in that movie that you just can't think of and fathom. And then they're like, okay, here's what the narrative is for the second one. Okay, he is gonna pretend to be dead, and he's gonna come back alive, or blah blah blah. Like it's just overthought, like too much. Like the best part about the movie, the first movie, it was like there was no actual plot.
Yeah, it's
like,
true. But
like
you know what,
little.
But you know what movie that I watched recently that was really good and is a sequel? Clerks 3. If anybody knows how to make a continuation on his own films, it's Kevin Smith. Clerks 3, a lot better than I even thought it was going to be.
I was hesitant on that one.
Yeah,
And the reason
it was
I was hesitant is the trailer looked awful, and I'm just
really.
like,
I thought
oh,
I don't know. I thought the trailer
I
looked
just thought it
good.
was so corny.
There's some of it, sure, but again, not really a whole lot more corny than what you're used to from some of Kevin Smith's stuff. But then there's a lot more heart and stuff behind this whole
Oh
thing.
yeah,
It's there is some really strong moments in Clerks 3. I thought I enjoyed it. Is it my favorite one? No, but it's better than I expected a third part to be.
now here's the thing. What's better, one or two?
Oh, fuck, that's hard. I mean, one is so classic, but two is just something else entirely. Like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of two, to be honest. I really am.
Two
And
was
I know
really
that
good.
might be, I know it might be a sin to say that because one is so special. What Kevin Smith did with it, how he was able to budget that himself and make something of it. So in that respect, I hold a lot of respect for the first one, but two was just fucking hilarious. I mean, and well thought out.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Like if there what this is the perfect example of there wouldn't be a two if one wasn't there. Like,
Yeah,
like most movies,
yeah,
with the sequel, but this is like more so because one was just a huge cult classic. I mean, and that's exactly how like Fast and the Furious was, right? That first one just got huge based off it being like a cult classic, more or less. Like it wasn't that Hollywood blockbuster movie. It just so happened that the franchise just absolutely skyrocketed after probably three or four.
yeah. And that's just the way it
But
goes sometimes.
yeah, but no, like I think, and plus I guess you also I think too the reason why Clerks was so good wasn't Clerks kind of the first movie that started most of it,
Well, that was the
or
first
was it
Kevin Smith
Mallrats
movie.
before?
No.
Yeah,
Mallrats was actually the second one. Mallrats was when
yeah, no,
the
but that's what I
studio
mean. Like
finally wanted something more from him. So
after like Clerks, like you had all these other movies that had the same people, so like that
yeah,
universe was the same, right? So like he
yeah,
kept it, and because of that, it just gave more meaning to that original movie in Clerks because everything kind of stemmed from it. So I think that's why the Clerks always has that like memorial or memorable feel, and then Clerks 2 was just like I think the best movie Kevin Smith did, to be quite honest, in terms of that series, like those in that universe.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to get your hopes up like three is gonna blow your mind. Like it's
Oh, I don't think it will.
you have to
I
trust me,
just,
you have to see it, but don't go in thinking it's gonna be the funniest one. It's gonna be probably your
I
least favorite of
I'm going
the
in with
three,
the
but
expectation that it's going to be the worst of the three movies.
and go in with that
So if it's
expectation
any
because
better than
it's
that, then my expectations are going to be blown.
but when I say worst of the three, even like it's my least favorite of the three, but I still enjoyed it. Like I still had my laughs, my nostalgia, and there's still enough like heart and drama within this film that it's worth the watch. And I think anyone that respects the series and respects the work of Kevin Smith should see this film.
But I think too, like I also don't want to see the all this mushy heart and soul stuff. I rather just see like stupid, meaningless comedy. And that's I don't know.
No, it's
But I
not
mean that
full. It's
it's
not
why you
full
go
of
see
it.
the movie, right? It's
Yeah,
why you go see the movie.
and it's not full of it. Trust me, it doesn't do a lot of it, but the parts that it does do, they hit, they land very very well, and Kevin Smith tends to do that. And again, it's almost like him telling his own story and stuff like that. I mean, what a miraculous human being to have gone through what he did and to recover the way he did and stuff. I mean, the guy was within minutes of losing his life and stuff to his heart condition and everything that he didn't even realize was killing him. Like he thought he had smoked too much weed one night, and that's why he went to the hospital. And when they got him there, it's like, no, we need to get you into surgery right now. And they say the condition that he had, there's like a 1 in 100 chance or something, or even more of living through this thing. Like, it's a ridiculously low percentage of living through it. He managed to live through it and totally changed his life around, becomes a full-on vegan. He fasts every single day, so all he eats is supper. Because I'm watching a podcast once where he's like, well, when dinner is nothing more than a kumquat, he's like, you don't really want to eat more than once a day anyway. He's like, so that's why I fast.
It's weird because with someone that has heart, like a history with heart issues, over this all, he still remains an Edmonton Oilers fan, which makes zero sense because my heart just every time I watch this team play.
But he was a Wayne Gretzky guy. That's why, too. He was always into the great one. And I mean, even in Kevin Smith's autobiography, he mentions about his Wayne Gretzky videotape collection and stuff like that, and how he always took it to heart what Wayne Gretzky said.
It wasn't just Wayne Gretzky, though. He loved the fact that, like, the Oilers, like, gelled and became one of the top teams in its time, like, so quickly. And then they became a dynasty. So, like, and I think that's what he was so impressed with. It was just the fact that not only did like these bunch of kids like come together really quickly and like this team just skyrocketed right away because like the team started in 79 and by 1990 they've won 5 Stanley Cups. When you think about that, that's 11 years. They're winning 50%. Like that's unheard of in like an 11-year history so far. And like I think he loved that story a lot too. Because I remember watching something. I think it was like something on Clerks too, because like I noticed like in his like TV show or reality show that he had, like he always has like that old royal blue. Well, not old. I guess the Oilers brought them back, but he always had the royal blue jersey, and he just put like a different logo on it or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, like he's just, I find he's a very interesting guy in general. I just enjoy his work, most of it anyway. There's, I mean, one or two of his pieces that I'm not as big a fan of, but very rarely. I really enjoy him. I like listening to him too, like even just watching his podcast and listen to him kind of mark out for the movies and stuff that he likes. And especially when you hear him talk about how much it meant to him, even to have Marvel reach out to him, to have the scene with Stan Lee sitting on the bus and Captain Marvel reading the lines for the Mallrats movie for when he makes his appearance in that. Like that, Kevin Smith, just when he talks about it and how much that meant to him, it's like, oh, damn, man, I'm not an emotional guy, but you hit me right there, Kev.
It's still a shame that he never got to actually do the Green Hornet movie.
Yeah, I agree. That did not turn out the way it should have at all.
There was one spot in that movie I laughed really hard, but it was for the dumbest reason, and that's only because, well, actually, there's two now. Given that there was a pandemic, it was funny because I watched that movie during the pandemic, and like he meets Kato, which is hilarious because I'm sure you know Kato, the wrestler out in Western, like in my neck of the woods too.
Yeah.
He is an Asian, and he is very much a character as well. But they're in the garage, and he's like, "You want a beer?" And they have Corona, and then he does like the chop, and then you see the bottle cap flying. But as soon as they grab a Corona, the first thing they do is like just fuck off from each other. And I'm like, see, even in that movie, they understand if somebody got Corona, they need to practice social distancing. And I just thought it was so funny.
That's fantastic.
I'm like, this movie was truly ahead of our time.
You know what pisses me off about the Green Hornet?
I was just saying, like, the only part where I laughed, and it's just like, it's still funny, when Kato, they have a fight and he leaves, and Kato knew how to make the coffee that way. And he gets the coffee and he just looked and he's like, "Where's my leaf?" And I don't know why, but he says it so innocently that it was funny.
Yeah, about the only standout from the entire film right there is that one spot. But it really pissed me off though too, because I had high anticipation at first, especially with, I believe it's Michael Gondry is the name of the director, because this guy directed Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which happens to be probably my favorite film of all time. And I was excited. I thought, okay, I want to see what he does with this. And I'm like, really? That's it? That's what we get? Well, I guess that's what happens when you have a poor script and a director that just follows suit. It turned out bad. And I think Kevin Smith would have done a much better job, especially if he could just make the kind of movie he wanted to make.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though, too. Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen wrote the movie, and I think that's the problem right there. I don't think Seth Rogen's a great writer, but what I don't think he understood was the backstory that well of the Green Hornet. He needed a comic book guy for that, and Seth Rogen's just not that comic book guy, right? That's why Kevin Smith was like, I really want to know this because he probably kept that movie so organically closer to the origin story that it would have been less like Batman Forever and more Dark Knight.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like more realistic and not so much like just gimmicky.
And if anybody doesn't know too, Kevin Smith has gone down the side of like a darker path in his directing. I don't know if you've seen the movie Red State was one of the ones that he had done. And that movie, oh shit. Like, I mean, if you want to watch something that's a little bit dark, Red State is definitely on the darker side and unexpected from him. But I mean, then you can kind of go to like the darker comic sort of thing. Like if you've seen the movie Tusk, which features Justin Long, where the dude creates a human walrus.
Yeah.
I think there was also like a killer clown movie or a pissed off clown or something like that. Some movie that he did back in the late 90s or early 2000s. I just can't remember the name of it right now.
Well, let's just have a little see as I'm on the IMDb app right now.
There you go. I would put it at early to around 2003, 4, maybe somewhere in that vein. And I think it was just like the name of the clown was the name of the film.
Well, that's just.
It'll probably stand out like a sore thumb because it probably was all like just Dogma and stuff like that was probably just before it. Actually, Jersey Girl might have come out right before it, around that time.
Okay, I'm gonna go into. So, okay, what was his role? Did he write it, or did he produce or direct?
Go under director for sure. I'm pretty sure he wrote it too, but definitely go under director. I'd say around 03 or 04 if you're going by the date.
Okay. You said it was like a clown movie?
Yeah, it's a clown that gets revenge.
So I'm not getting anything there. Oh, I totally forgot about
it's called
make a porno.
Yeah, that one's great too. It's called Vulgar.
See, that's not under the director.
No? Oh, it's okay.
So
Hold on. I was wrong. Oh, it was under his production company. I apologize. I didn't realize. So I watched it so long ago, and I know that on the front of the cover it said something about Kevin Smith. But
see, and that's what it did. Go to producer, and there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was 2000, so it was actually earlier than you thought.
Ah, shit.
But isn't that the story of our lives? It's always earlier than we think.
Yeah. Like I'm looking at that time going, damn, I'm going to have trouble waking up, but I won't. I'm an early riser anyway. It doesn't matter what time I stay up till. As soon as I know it's like that time where I'd normally be getting ready for work, it's like, no, I'm up. Time to go.
That's what it is. It's that clock. I find like when I know for a fact I have no reason to get up, I can go back to bed. But it's like when I know there's something to go, I'm just like, I don't know. But it's weird because like I got a new phone, and for whatever reason, like when I set my alarm, my volume isn't all the way up, but luckily like the phone is just like right beside me. I can still hear it. And let's face it, it's the Rocky Balboa theme. So you're still gonna get pumped up anyway.
Nice. Yeah, but you went over to the dark side with the iPhone though, didn't you?
Well, I was always iPhone.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. You were already.
So I never really left. I went from a BlackBerry to an iPhone.
No, I went from BlackBerry straight into the Galaxy, the original Galaxy phones. I think it was something along
I
those lines.
wanted to try to do something like that, but my fear is like when my last one broke, which is actually quite ironic because I will show this. So you might be able to see kind of how like the background is very like kind of like funky.
Yeah.
So it's actually a picture of my old phone with a broken screen. And I just made it black and white, and it looks like one hell of a background. So I was like,
cool.
that's actually kind of cool.
Nice touch.
And then if you see it like closely, you'll see a 97 because Connor McDavid was like that. That's my screensaver then. But.
Well, we might not be sponsored by Apple, but I can tell you we are sponsored by Rogue Energy. As you'll see the ticker going along at the bottom of the screen, rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPods. Did you? Damn, nice. Did you try any yet?
It's in my mailbox. I still haven't actually grabbed it yet, but yeah, it is here.
It's at the end of the block. Gotta go grab her. For rogueenergy.com, promo code OLEPods, 10% off your order. How cold is it out there today?
Cold enough to make me a little bitch. It's actually not that bad. Man, they were saying like we have a day next week where it's a high of 5 degrees.
Yeah, I was looking at the forecast here, and not quite that warm, but I think around like -1, -2. But then, of course, this is the thing I hate most: rain and snow, a combination on Monday. So the highways are going to be shit, total shit. Fun times driving into work.
Yeah, let's see the weather right now. Right now, it's -9, but I mean, it's the night, so it's always going to be colder. The day we're looking at a high of 2 degrees.
Wow.
Not too shabby.
But you guys tend to get those warm fronts.
It's great too, because I just badly want to use the snowblower we have. And we've had like no need because there hasn't been a lot of snow, and then it gets warm, so it melts. So it's like really glad we invested in this.
You just wait. It's coming. It'll be like December 1st, and we're just going to get hammered on.
See, I don't even think it's going to be. I think it's going to be more of a dry winter this year.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
I have that feeling we're going to get a lot of like. It's going to be more cold than snow. We'll get some days, but I don't think we're going to get like murdered.
I don't know. I'd rather have the more snow, to be honest.
It's that wind chill, man. That wind chill is a freaking biatch.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
It's like that old girlfriend that you know you fucked up with, and it just won't leave you alone.
And of course, like it's never just like a day or two. It's like, no, we're going to be experiencing a cold snap for the next 2.5 weeks, maybe 3. We're not quite sure just yet. Buckle up, people. It's going to be about -45 with the wind chill.
So I think it was funny because I remember it happened on my day off. So I was able to keep my car in the garage this day. We had hit like -50 something. And I'm just inside, like, I ain't leaving the house. Nope. My car's inside. It's going to be fine. And I'm like, oh, -50. And I was like, oh, thank God. My roommates at the time, because this was before I got married. Yeah. Did not have fun. They both had trucks, so I didn't feel bad for them. But it was, yeah, I was not, I was pretty happy that I was just stuck inside. And I'm like, poor bastards.
The only roommates I lived with were basically a party house, more or less. Like it was such a bad situation at times that I remember waking up to get ready for work one morning, go into the kitchen, pour a bowl of cereal, walk into the living room, go to sit down, and as I sit down on the couch, realize that there is a fully undressed random dude just crashed out on our fucking couch in the front living room. Just like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. What's up?
Oh, sorry. It was minus 49.4 degrees.
Holy shit. That's horrible.
And it's happened 3 times.
Yeah, I turn into a baby when it's that cold. I'll be in here.
Oh, it's crazy.
I'll have a hoodie and 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of socks, probably a couple of blankets with the heater on too. Just sitting there like, oh yeah, that's the shit. The worst was, what was it? Like, I don't know. Like, we got hit hard last year. Like, last year we had the snow and the cold. Like, it was a combination last year. It was brutal.
It was back in like 2009. Too.
Remember there
Man,
was
it's weird. I mean, this one's not too like it's not weird with this one day, but like okay, so like it's actually so no, I made a mistake. It was minus 46.7, but then it was minus 49.4 on 3 separate times at Edmonton in the history, 2 of which happened in 1886 within a span of 2 days from each other. The other one was in 1893, which is like insane. Like, people were going to war in weather that bad.
Yep.
And now people can't even, like, be bothered to put on jeans, like, full jeans without holes. And they're like, I wonder why I'm sick. It's like...
the jeans the jeans with holes are to blame for illnesses.
Like did people win a war because the other side froze to death? Like extreme measures.
Just there they come with their half cut jeans. Oh shit, they froze halfway up the hill.
And they're like, oh my god, it's like the coldest day ever. And it's like, you're wearing shorts, you dumb kids, man. Like, and you wonder why, like, are like just the insanity of the entitled idiocy we have in people nowadays is just amazing. It's like you have a search engine called Google where you can figure anything out at ease. And you can't be bothered to wear pants without holes in them. That's the
first time
world we live in.
The first time I heard that was a style, I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, I'm sitting on a landmine of what I thought were garbage pairs of jeans, but apparently now they're in fashion all of a sudden.
Yeah, now like my old rocker thing, you're like, yeah, hair metal's coming back. And then all of a sudden you're just like, auto-tune is like the thing now. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like back in a day where like Metallica were making like just iconic songs at 19 years of age, we're listening to fucking auto-tune. Will Hung has this new song out.
Does he? He's still kicking.
Yeah, like Alicia Keys used to be really good, and then all of a sudden, like, I gotta use auto-tune, and now she sounds like a horse. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
It's like everybody wanted to go to auto-tune all of a sudden. It just became a crutch for the industry.
Like, you can sing. Great. That's like something I wish I was able to do.
I can't, but I do it all the damn time anyway. It's never stopped me for not being able to. I actually have an album with 5 songs on it with me on vocals. So I played in bands before, like various things, like bass guitar, and I've actually been a vocalist in a few bands. And we did cut an album, like 5-track EP or whatever, with the one group. That group, it was like 3-4 weeks in or whatever. We did that Battle of the Bands of Fucker Wonder, and that's what paid for the CD. So, I mean, I've never been afraid to get up there and make a fool of myself.
No, I mean, I wear spandex for a second job. Neither do I. Nobody wants to see this in spandex. Like, actually, here's a funny story. I actually forgot my gear last week. Like, I remember the pads, the boots, and everything else. I just forgot the trunks.
Tidy whiteys.
I luckily had sweatpants.
You lucked out.
Well, I mean, like, I always have 2 bags, right? Like, I have gear bag, and then I always have, like, casual clothes, like, right? So
Yeah.
I'm prepared-ish. The best part is like the last time I wrestled was like 3 weeks prior to this too. So I really have no reason. I thought I had my gear bag made like the week prior, but no, I go downstairs and all of a sudden, gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, just hanging. And like shit.
It's probably like it's like me with the stuff that I have to get ready for the PPW shows. Like I will always have good intentions. Like I'll get this all prepared like a week and a half to 2 weeks before the show just to be prepared. And then all of a sudden it gets to like the Wednesday before a Saturday night show, and I'm like, well, shit, I better get a move on.
Well, the worst thing, like I was like, yeah. And our promoter's like, tell me you have like you have gear underneath. I'm like, no, I lost it. He's like, why didn't you say something? I'm like, well, when you asked me to go on first, you didn't realize. I was like, of course you did. I guess I can't go home now. He's like, well, that's what you meant? I was like, my God, you don't listen at all, do you, man? I was like, fine. Whatever. Went on first, didn't have to care. The best part is like there's like this like a million-year vet in the second match. I'm not gonna drop his name or anything because I'm making him sound like a dick, and he's not. But he's like, so first time I met him too. So like that wasn't a great first impression. And he's like, yeah, I just think I don't like it when guys go in the ring with don't have like their like gear on. I was like, well, you're gonna. So that's what happens when you didn't want to go on first, and I gotta go on first, and our promoter wouldn't let me go home to get my gear. Whatever.
Yep.
I mean, I still had my pads. I still had my boots. I had under trunks. Like I had my under trunks on. It's just, trust me, nobody wants to look at that. Like, I wanted to keep the crowd we had.
Especially going out.
And the best part is like I told the ring announcer to like reside me from the St. Albert, Alberta, the city that currently has Chris Parrish's gear. Like I ribbed myself in my own introduction.
Nice.
So like whatever. But then this bastard they break the ring. Or not break the ring, but they broke the under cable in there. And I'm like, so you guys are this like old school veteran guys that know how to work, brother, and you fuck up the ring. The one time I was like, I don't want to go on first, but then I see that I'm like, oh, thank God I went on first.
So first ever HIW match card I ever went to. So I'm sitting there, and there's a match going on between Bryce Slammer Silva and Chris Summers, and all of a sudden Slammer picks Summers up in a scoop slam and over near the rope area takes him and just drives his ass down, and all of a sudden bang, and one of the boards on the ring ends up popping right up and out of the mat. So these guys are trying to work the rest of the match on the other half of the ring at this point in time. Finally get that match over with. They call the intermission, and then the guys are in there immediately getting rid of that one board, having to put another one in. Hi, kitty.
See, she likes it.
Oh, wait. See, the other kitty sensed her.
Oh, let's show off our pussies.
Yeah. It's the late night pussy show now. Are we allowed to say that? Oh wait, too late. You know how many things I've already violated on it? I've already violated probably every rule there is.
You know what I'd love to do? Actually, I'm going to do this. It's going to be hilarious. Simba!
Although you're just giving a good old crotch shot of the cat there.
Yeah, cat hates it when I do the Lion King.
This one doesn't really care. She hates it if I whistle at her though. That she doesn't like.
Out of curiosity, does your cat hate it when you like mess with its feet?
This one, not so much. She doesn't really care. Cosmo, on the other hand, though, yeah, especially if I grab the back of his legs, it's fighting time then. That's just the way he is, though. You get him going, it's like, okay, he figures it's playtime, it's time to wrestle or whatever. Jade's more just like, she'd rather just get your attention and do this jump up with me all the time. So.
I'm a big fan of, like, if one of the animals is bugging me, I'm very good at getting the other one to help me bug the other animal. It's a lot of fun. Usually it's our dog that teams up with me to like bug the cat. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, us bros have to stay together.
Yeah. This one and Cosmo got in a little scrap this morning. And so getting ready for work. And the wife, she's like, that's my cat's goddamn hair all over the floor in big chunks. Your cat just took out chunks of hair of my cat. And I'm like, well, if your cat wasn't being such a little asshole and picking on my cat, then I guess he wouldn't have got his ass kicked by the girl cat. But what he does, he waits until she's laying down and he comes up and he starts nibbling the back of her legs. And as soon as she goes to react, he pounces on top of her and starts biting her neck. And so whenever she gets really pissed off about it, she just turns around, boots him with the back legs as hard as she can. That gets him going. He's done after that. So. She's tougher than she looks for a cat whose tongue hangs out half the damn time, too. Like every single time.
Oh my god, there is so many bad jokes I can make about that comment.
I probably shouldn't get you started.
I don't think it's late enough for those comments.
Yeah, one of those few viewers might be a child that just happens to be up late.
Well, I'm assuming Carl's working. That's why he's still up.
It's got to be the case.
And I'm pretty sure I know who the other two people are. So,
I have no idea who it could possibly be. So you're probably watching this on a replay, and if you are, what the hell's wrong with your life that you got 2 hours to kill like this? But thank you, we appreciate
it. Hey, at least we're staying on the average of 3.
That's right. If we were cutting for affiliate, we'd be hitting it. But we're already there, so it's all good. Look at that. Not working. Shit, Carl's just hanging out.
Wow.
Not working, just having some fun.
Are you as drunk as I might get?
I actually, well, no,
Which is hilarious because this is water.
We drank this Cali red wine. It's by 19 crimes, 19 crimes. I don't know. But it's got Snoop Dogg's face on it, so you know it's a staple in the house.
So now you have a criminal record, is what you're saying.
Hey, don't speak ill of Snoop.
I'm not. I'm just factual information.
No, it was really funny. I'm almost as drunk as you think you are. That's awesome.
This is my first one. This is actually the first beer.
You're never drinking alone when you can hop on Twitch.
I'm at my own house. I don't care.
Well, it's just, yeah, I mean, you don't have to go anywhere. You're not causing any problems other than to your liver. But fuck that thing anyway.
Hey, I was actually having a ginger ale before I jumped on here, so really my stomach should be like settled.
I've been drinking bubblies. That's after the wine. Had some bubblies. Had some water. I don't drink much sugar drinks. Not very often. I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I did have a Pepsi earlier, but I don't do that very often. I'm not a big fan of them that much, but every once in a while.
I shouldn't. I just got a root canal done yesterday, so.
Oh, shit. Ouch. But that was fun.
No, it doesn't really hurt. It's just like a little bit like of like, oh, okay. That feels different now.
I remember having my wisdom teeth pulled.
If anything feels different in my mouth, like the first thing I'm doing is like I'm taking my tongue and I'm like fucking with it all the time. Like I'm terrible for that.
Just kind of feel it out, like, oh, there it is.
I'm pretty sure if I had braces, I would just rip my tongue apart and I'd look like a lizard or something.
Oh, fuck. That's funny because I probably would do the same thing too.
Like my tongue would be like a snake with all like the edges, just because.
Imagine this. I'm almost 40 and I have a tooth that's been ingrown the back way here, like since my full adult teeth came in. And I still, to this day, like, will run my tongue across that thing all the time. Just like, yeah, there it is. There it is. There's my fucked up tooth.
Yeah, so the way like they like made it, because they had to like when they did the root canal, and then they kind of redid the tooth, but they kind of gave me like a tooth and a half, which is weird, and took out like part of the other tooth. So like I have like a half tooth that's like fine, and then like they made the gum so they would fit a half tooth, and then they gave me like a tooth 0.5 on, and it was just like, so I still have like the two teeth, but it just feels weird because it's like I have like a big bro and a little bro all the time hanging out now, but then I have this little gap and my tongue can just like go through it, and it's like weird because I feel like I'm titty fucking my tooth with my tongue right now, if that makes sense.
Even if it doesn't, it sounds funny.
Yeah. Especially that's how I describe it too.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have any really hardcore Christian followers. Sound like no.
Again, what would they be doing at like 2, 3, 1 in the morning, wherever it is they are, hanging out with people that clearly are not.
Could be in BC. It could be 11:51.
This is true. Yeah, far west coast. You got us licked with time. Still early. You haven't even hit Saturday yet. I'm already a couple hours into Saturday. Carl's few hours into Saturday. He's really pulling an all-nighter over there.
We could have some Canuck fans, and then they're a different breed.
Goddamn Canuckers. So, we're getting to that point where I do think I will eventually need to sleep, though. As I'm looking at the clock.
I think we got to hit 2. Yeah. If we hit 2 hours, let's just hit 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. We're hitting 2 hours. Trust me. Yeah, we're doing that at least.
It's only 5.5 minutes away. Well, you're doing 2 hours. I'm doing like maybe 1.
No, actually, I think you came in. You were just like 20 to 25 minutes in that you hopped in.
Yeah.
After the bad flashy screen of death that we were getting from EW Revenge. That sure didn't work out very well.
Show.
Yeah.
I just look at the game. I'm like, holy shit. CWR. That's awesome.
I was so pumped. I was like, this is going to be great. And then it's just flashing. And like, screen's missing.
How many
screen's
things
missing.
are you editing? How many things are you editing on that game?
Oh, while I was talking and going through it, not really a whole lot at that point in time. What did I do on there? I don't even remember. I think I was just reading my emails for the most part. I haven't that was the first time I got back into it in years, kind of thing. So I was starting fresh, and
I remember playing that game so much.
Oh, all the time. All the time. I haven't played the follow-up to it, which didn't have all the named people in it because it actually
Yeah.
was a proper licensed game. It just wasn't quite the same. I mean, it was the same, but it wasn't the same at the same time. But yeah, I do enjoy playing it. It's fun, but it's just, yeah, it's fucking glitchy right now for some reason. And of course, it's probably running
Is
smoothly.
it still World Wrestling Entertainment in there, or is it World Wrestling Federation?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check next time I open it up for sure.
What year did that game come out?
That was early 2000s for sure.
So it might have been World Wrestling Federation.
Hard to say because
True.
they got the F out for quite early on, didn't they?
I think it was 2001, 2002 that it came.
So
Because when they bought WCW, they were still WWF. Because WrestleMania 18 was still WWF. It was WrestleMania 19 that was WWE.
okay, and I'm pretty sure that has the WCW people in it because you like Booker T and stuff like that on WWE, I guess. So yeah, it's got to be WWE.
So the initial release date was 2002. Oh no, April 1, 2001.
Okay.
And it flat out says WWF Superstars in there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
There. Yeah. But it was a well put together game. I could imagine the work that must have gone into that.
Well, I mean, with the internet too, like that was a big thing. I know, like there's like that Valadex is trying to make like this big indie game and stuff like that, and I have no idea. Maybe that's one like you should play.
Which one's that?
I think it was like Valadex Gaming. They did some like indie game.
I'm gonna write it down because I won't remember otherwise.
I don't remember the name of the game.
I'll have to look into that for sure. Whew. So as we're getting to that point,
Valderex. It's ValderexGames.com.
Valderex, okay.
And it's Indie Pro 22 Rebirth of the Territories.
Indie Pro 2.
And I don't know, but I may or may not be in that game.
Interesting. Well, I will just have to find out.
I'm not. I couldn't even tell you what the deal is.
Well, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark, so I think it's probably going to be just about it. We should probably plug our stuff, I'm thinking, and call her a night.
Yeah.
I definitely need to
Probably
hit
gonna
the
go
hay,
back
but
up and watch more TV.
you could definitely do that. I am going to catch a little bit of sleep before we hit up the gym here in a few hours. But yeah, what do you got going on coming up here, Parrish?
Just doing some busting out with you on Sunday at pretty much 10 o'clock Mountain, 11 o'clock Central, noon Eastern here on twitch.com/our local establishment, and probably also on your YouTube and twitch.com/the Chris Parrish.
Yes. And
That's
then
what I got going on for the next few days. And then
so tomorrow you can catch a new match of Prairie Pro Wrestling on the Prairie Pro Wrestling channel. Got a little bit of a new intro over there with that one. Nice new design I came up with. So check that out, please. And then Sunday, of course, busting out, as Paris said. And then after busting out, I might even, stay online to talk a little bit about the World Cup and what's coming up there with that. So for all you naysayers, you don't have to join in on that one, but I will still go ahead with it regardless. But
Are
aside
you
from that,
not going to watch the Grey Cup that's in your province?
no. But Papa Smokes is because he's a Bombers
Neither
fan.
am I. Yeah, I know. I saw his T-shirt.
He loves the Bombers. That's where he's from originally, is Winnipeg. So yeah, that's why he's a Bombers fan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not because they're winning right now. So
It's CFL though.
yeah, well, fair. They're the best of 7 teams. Give it a rest.
No, I think they're 9 now.
Okay, we've expanded. Although it's funny
And
that
there
we
may
used to have,
be maybe a team called the Atlantic Schooners coming or not. I have no idea what the plan is.
the best part is that once upon a time in a league that had next to no teams, there was 2 teams called the Rough Riders. There
It's
was the
also
Ottawa
funny
Rough
that in the
Riders and the
Canadian
Saskatchewan
Football
Rough
League,
Riders.
the league champions one year was a team out of the United States of America.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a well put together sport here. But I'm gonna stop pitch smack talking it. And speaking of Papa's folks, I got Thursday nights with him over on Fusion, so you can check that out as well too. But thank you to all you wonderfully crazy motherfuckers out there that decided to join us on a random stream once again. We can't have this much fun without people like you. And Paris, thanks for coming on and bailing me out when the game failed.
I mean, that's just it. You can't let Brunch Brothers don't let each other stream and die. You gotta always be there.
That's right. You got that straight.
It's
But
the code
gonna be
that it's a stream bro code or it's a brunch busting bro code.
it's a
That's
new
a mouthful.
book.
That's a busted out mouthful.
Now that one could go all sorts of places. But with that being said, that's all from us until Sunday. So tune in Sunday for Busted Out if you want to see just how far we can take things off the rails that day. Until then, have a good morning, night, evening, whatever. See you soon.